You do what it takes to survive, got it?
We'll see you really soon.
Goodbye.
Don't forget us, Kakarot!
But without the Saiyans, our fighting force would be drastically reduced, almost by half.
My troops will still be able to get by. These barbarians pretend to be submissive, but they're dangerous. They could bare their fangs against us at any time. They are, after all, a species completely comprised of warriors. It's always best to put a sleeping beast down before it can be awakened.
Did you hear that?
Something wrong?
We got a message from the Frieza force. A meteor collided with planet Vegeta and... What? Our whole world was obliterated!
Impossible! That means most of the Saiyan race was completely wiped out. But how? They should have detected the approaching meteor.
Well, I guess we're pretty lucky, aren't we? It's a good thing we decided to ignore Frieza's order to head home. No, I'll never get to be King Vegeta.
Vegeta, you have a brother, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I wonder if he got blown up too. Huh, not that it matters.
And you had a brother as well.
Yeah, but he was just gonna be a lower-class warrior. He was still at home sleeping in a nursing capsule. A disgrace. Wait, I think Mom said she sent Kakarot off the planet in a pod, though. Oh well, I couldn't care any less.
Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Amon Gabar, back with another lesson, Lord, to edify and to feed the lambs of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua through the Holy Spirit Rakakwadash. Alright, now I was watching this movie that you've seen in the intro. It's a Dragon Ball Z movie, and this one is based off of, you know, Broly. He's the main character in this particular film. And Dragon Ball Z is an anime. It came out, I believe, in the early 90s. You know, I grew up watching it. A lot of you brothers out there, you know, you grew up watching it also. You know, it's probably like one of the, you know, most favorable animes, you know, amongst Jake. You know, it's a good anime. But anyway, you know, I was also watching the brother Shaman's video that he did concerning Solomon's riders. Alright, and you know how they used to put gold dust in their hair, just like King Solomon did. And you know, it kind of made me want to do like a response lesson to this, kind of, right? Which is why I'm doing this video, but this is a different take on it. And you know, what you see in the intro is a guy who destroyed that planet, is a guy by the name of Frieza. Alright, and when I was watching the movie, it reminded me of one thing. you know, the Sane race, which the people that got destroyed, they're called the Sanes. And the Sane race reminds me of the Israelites because they were a race of warriors, and at that time they were being oppressed by Frieza, the guy that destroyed that planet, or they were being oppressed by his father, who later passed on, and Frieza took the torch. All right, and they weren't being oppressed as bad when Frieza's father was in power, but when Frieza, the guy that destroyed the planet, came into power, they were being oppressed rigorously. And Frieza, the reason why he destroyed the planet, reminded me of Exodus, the first chapter, when, you know, matter of fact, I'm gonna read it, but Exodus, the first chapter, is for the exact reason why Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, which planet Vegeta is the planet where all the Saiyans dwelt. All right, and I'm gonna read it. This is Exodus, the first chapter, and I'm gonna just jump to 7. Matter of fact, I'll get to the point 6. It says, "And Joseph died, and all his brethren." Matter of fact, let me start at the top. "Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. For Joseph was already in Egypt, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the lands was filled with them. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we. Come on, let us deal with them wisely. Let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land." All right, so the new king that arose up over the land of Egypt, which knew not Joseph, because Joseph, you know, he had a major role in the land of Egypt, making it a better empire. All right, but this king didn't know Joseph, so this king felt threatened by the Israelites, because the Israelites were increased in number. They were fruitful, they increased in number, they multiplied, and they waxed exceeding mighty. Right? As Israelites, we are a mighty force. We're a mighty people. We're great people. And we are a threat to Esau even to this day. All right, that's why Esau's best advantage over us is to have us destroyed and killing each other. That's an advantage over him. You know, now if Israel was to band together and come together, you know, Esau would be completely threatened. Just like how this new king in Egypt was threatened, and just like how, as you see in the intro, Frieza, he was threatened. All right, he was threatened, so his only move was to destroy the entire planet. All right, for you brothers that know the storyline, and for you brothers that are now, you know, watching this video. All right, so it says, "Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land." Now the race of Saiyans, the Saiyan race, were a warrior race, and they were fighting for the Frieza force. All right, they was fighting for the Frieza force, so they were already allies with, you know, this guy Frieza. Okay, so it says, "Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel." All right, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Now, if it was up to the Egyptians, they would want to destroy us, to kill us. All right, but we were, you know, the Lord said that we wouldn't be destroyed as a nation, that not, you know, that Israel will be forever. All right, it says, "And the Egyptians made Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All the service wherein they made them to serve was with rigor." So, you know, the Egyptians, you know, pretty much put us in hardcore bondage, in hardcore slavery, all right, to destroy us as a people. All right, but here you have it in the way these, you know, because these animes, you know, these gooks make them, and a lot of these animes Jake's spiritual powers, man, being made manifest into these cartoons, all right, or these animations, all right, and the imagination that they got, you know, which was inspired for, you know, for them to make these films, was inspiration from the Most High, because who enjoyed these things more than anybody else? Jake, you know, because inside, deep inside, we know that spiritual powers is gonna come. You know, we feel it. You know, that's why when we grew up watching these cartoons, these animes, we used to try to imitate them. You know, we used to, you know, you grew up with siblings, we used to, or cousins, we used to claim which character we were, and etc., etc. You know, but you know, hey, I just wanted to bring this little lesson out, man. I was watching the brother Shaman's video on this, and the brother Rama out there in the UK also did a response video, you know, to the brother Shaman's video. So, you know, I just, you know, just a spiritual take on you know, this anime. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Until next time, I say shalom to your elect.
But without the Saiyans, our fighting force would be drastically reduced, almost by half.
My troops will still be able to get by. These barbarians pretend to be submissive, but they're dangerous. They could bare their fangs against us at any time. They are, after all, a species completely comprised of warriors. It's always best to put a sleeping beast down before it can be awakened.